Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Frequency. This is part 2 of the Mr. Morales and Big Steppers album from Kendrick Lamar. It's been 10 years in the waiting, and I'm joined with Paolo from Aftermath Podcast. And this is my homies Badri and Kirsten. Badri and Kirsten. And they joined us, and Kirsten's bought some KFC as well. I don't know if he's going to be eating it. But anyway, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the first song we're doing?
First song from part 2 is Count Me Out.
Right.
And this is set to be session 10, right? Breakthrough. All right. Let's talk when the music is playing.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Just don't talk the music.
Oh, it's Kirsten's first time listening, by the way.
We can talk.
Yeah. It's commentary, dog. Shit. It's sports commentary, bro.
Breakthrough.
So it's like a therapy session?
Rain on me, put the blame on me, got guilt, got hurt, got shame on me, got 6 magazines that's aimed at me, done every magazine was fame to me, it's a game to me with the bedroom mat, sleep I ain't never had a vest with that, what's fair when the hearts and the words don't reach, what's fair when the money don't take things back, it's rare when somebody take your dreams back, I care too much, wanna share too much, in my head too much, I shut down too, I ain't there too much, I'm a complex soul, they layer me up, then broke me down, and morality's dust, I lack in trust, this time around I trust myself, please everybody else but myself, all else fails I was myself, outdone fear, outdone myself. This year you better win yourself. Mask on the babies, mask on the outward, mask on the neighborhood stores you shot, but a mask won't hide who you are inside. Look around, the reality's calming last. Wipe my ego, dodge my pride. Look myself in the mirror. How many feel? Ain't seen that scarier. I fought like a pure poor terrier. Blood I shed, could feel like aquarium. Tell all my angels carry them. Every emotion been deprived. Even my stone.
This feels like a No Child Left Behind.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. Hey, who sang that?
You know the
Yeah.
That's very reminiscent of the Damn album.
Damn album.
Yeah, it's a big hype song.
Yeah,
to be honest. Like,
you know the amp at the background. I can't help but think about like Kanye's transitions in this song.
Stuff.
That's good.
Classic Kendrick. Hell sad and then middle whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck. Does he mean like 3:30 in the morning? Because like that's when the demons come out and shit. Because with all the God messaging in the whole album.
Maybe might be the case.
You know.
He makes a lot of references to religion and 3 a.m.
yeah.
being the time you see spirits as well.
Spirits and shit.
Let me tell you about the woman I know, that's my baby. I know come on, let the follow strong. I don't mean there's that feel alone. Anytime I come from God, I still could find myself through a song. Many find their life in the phone.
When you find their life in a
You said I feel better.
Everybody trying to find their life on their phone.
Yeah. We're all guilty of that, I think.
You made me worry. I wanted my best version, but you ignored me. Then changed the story. Feel energy in the road, drop the location, please. Anybody out for the one when I'm first?
Does he mean like trying to abort the kid? Or antibiotic like he's drinking?
Antibiotic when he's frustrated, so
So is he
I
drinking?
would say so, right?
Or maybe he's taking a perk, I don't know.
Sometimes I fall for
Is that the meme? Like he's referencing that shit? What the fuck?
Wait, some put it on the devil when they fall short. I put it on my ego, Lord of all Lords. Sometimes I fall for her, dog. Is she referring to his girl as the devil or like?
Wait, some
That line there.
some put it on the devil when they fall short. I put it on me again. Maybe he's talking about the temptations he could get from falling for her. This could be someone outside his existing marriage, you know what I'm saying? But he's saying, yeah, misrig it. Dude, this thing, I realized, those dance movies, the American dance movies?
Step Up?
Not Step Up, the other one. You know the one, the hood movies where they're always like
You still
Good movies.
You know the one with Chris Brown and shit? He's like the brother of the guy.
Oh,
you know?
Stomp the Yard.
Yeah, Stomp the Yard.
okay,
That's what it reminded me of.
Which part? The
No, like the whole movie, like that's their dance, right?
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
dance.
yeah.
Is that what he's trying to put in the album as well? As part of his cultural stuff. But anyway.
No.
We need a cigar here.
Hold on. But like with like Kendrick's old albums compared to this one, right?
Yeah.
Like, has he ever talked about like these themes, like heartbreak
And stuff.
So,
Not as much as here.
Yeah.
It's very mature and very personal, I feel like.
Yeah,
Throughout the whole thing.
His older albums like really
had a socio-political
really
message.
looked at Compton
and
always paid homage to his hometown. This one just kind of feels like I'm going through like a therapy session / going to church at the same time.
Session 10, bro.
It's like two birds, one stone. But also like he's talking about some some really depressing stuff. But I'm always just like, doing
the flow is crazy.
Yeah.
It's also he's having that actual breakthrough, you know. He's having the actual breakthrough where he's tried his best, etc.
He's also talking about like inner love as well.
Love and stuff.
Yeah,
damn,
sure.
Temptations, bro. Can you imagine being that level?
Yeah, but Kendrick's never like
Kendrick. I don't think it's
album, this album as like Kendrick's supposed to be this guy where like he's married his like high school almost high school sweetheart and everything. But then at the same time, he talks in this album about his like how groupies have affected his life as well.
Because
the thing is like you're talking about like this guy who's being like pretty much role model. Role model, right?
Yeah.
But at the same, this album really touches on the fact that like groupies, temptation, and all that as well. So which is in this song particularly, I was like, it really like.
That's why it's like count me out.
Yeah,
count me out.
It emphasizes on it and temptation as well. So.
I feel like this is like this would be Jay-Z if he didn't cheat on Beyonce, and this is his revelations on 444. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
If he didn't cheat on real Beyonce. But anyway, the next track.
That's an interesting point though.
You know what I'm saying? The next track is Crown, and let's see who's featured on any features.
Let's have a look. We have
Kendrick Lamar. Anyway, let's play it. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna be depressing. This is gonna be like some play stuff. It's like gonna be like dialogue or something.
You walk around like everything is in control.
Shit, favors come with favors.
Favor come with favors and you can't say no. Go out the way to make the coin available. That's what I call love. The closest ones afraid to say they need some time. The turnaround is life or death, but you don't mind. Go out the way to say you made the compromise. That's what I call love. For the time it'll come and I'll be there when somebody needs you. You say no and all you don't give them amnesia. One thing
Jeez.
I learned, love can change with the
That's so true. You say that all you know.
Yeah.
And I can't please everybody.
Wait, you can't please everybody.
Bruh.
No.
If I didn't see the lyrics, I would have missed this completely.
100%.
Damn.
They idolize and praise your name across the nation. Tap the feet and nod the head for confirmation. Promise that
Does he mean confirmation? They confirm him as the leader of the West Coast rap scene, and also he's getting anointed. You know, when you get confirmation in church and shit.
Oh, bro, that's 3 layers.
3 layers.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, is this Yeah. We were touching on this earlier. Like, he's one of the few rappers that can alter his acceleration as well as pitch.
Because he raps like this.
This is the type of chorus where if I'm trying to bump to a song, I'll just skip it over.
But
when you actually look at the lyrics, you're just like, oh, it's quite deep.
This is the nighttime drive chorus.
Nighttime drive. No one else in the car except yourself.
Can't please everybody. Cheers.
Why do I feel like Heavy is the head who chose to work? Like LeBron's gonna quote, he's gonna like put that in his caption on his Instagram post or something.
And he won't know the lyrics. It's pretty interesting though,
It is, yeah.
because now everyone needs the tracks to be that good, you know, because he had that body of work before him that was that high quality, and it's a lot of pressure. Maybe that's why he took that time off, you know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
5-year hiatus.
And then you can't get some. Oh, I want something else. He can't even please himself, essentially. Maybe the lyrics in the bracket is his mind just repeating it to himself.
I think that definitely ties into him definitely talking to himself.
Talking to himself.
He holds himself accountable for like we were talking about earlier, his like best or close friend's little brother's death because he wasn't around for Compton.
Yeah.
So he's like just talking to himself like, and that's why he took like the 5-year hiatus because, well, not that specifically, but.
Jeez, it's a very personal song again, and it's like you said, he's having a dialogue with himself, I guess. This is a song within the song. This feels like another interlude, to be honest.
You know what? Like, do you think Kendrick Lamar would be able to get away with a track like this on like an older album Section 80? Because I feel like his first few albums, he kind of not necessarily just get people hyped, but because like you were saying, his body of work prior, like he can drop a song like this. Because if any other artist were to drop something like this, no one would listen to it. I feel
because this would be like either like a Yeezy level or Jay-Z level kind of drop, you know.
You need to be on that tier before dropping something this insightful. Because if you got like some 20-year-old that's like all this colored hair and chains, and they start rapping, and they start talking about stuff like this, you're just like, oh man. But
it might be received well, but that core fan base will be expecting something else. Like Kendrick.
Hold on, but like if you go to the top, like you're talking about the crown, right?
Yeah.
So, and the thing is,
he's the king.
Yeah, no one's gonna question that as well. He's got the body of work.
But he still doubts himself.
But at the same time, I think this is talking to us as well.
Yes.
Oh.
At the same time, like it's talking about like
thing
is, like,
yeah.
People are anticipating this album for so long as well. At the same time, think about it. It's been he talks about it in the first track. It's like it's been 1,000-something days since I've done anything.
Did he calculate that? Like
I think he did.
He definitely would. He definitely would.
Yeah. So it's
that level of detail.
I feel like this is also pointed at us. Like what? Like so this is my work now. If it doesn't please you, that's it. You know?
Yeah.
It's also talking to us.
I got a question for you guys. Like, what else does this guy have to achieve? Because there are upon records and records this guy has.
Yeah.
Like, what is next for this guy? Like, right now, I just feel like he's just talking to his listeners at this point. Because this album, again, talks a lot about, like, just trauma and navigating through it, right?
Childhood trauma, etc.
And it's like, he's got a couple songs in here that is kind of pop.
Yeah.
And I'm happy because they can play it on mainstream radio.
Yeah.
But it's just something different from like Good Kid, Mad City,
I think he's like hit that stage in his career now where he's established now. He doesn't have to have those albums like Good Kid, Mad City, where it's like banger after banger after banger. Yeah. So now he can actually rap about what he wants to rap because he's established. Kind of like Kanye.
Yeah, kind of like Yeezy as well.
Not everyone likes Donda.
They'll still listen to it.
But that's what he wants to make now. So it's kind of like what.
Yeah. He did say that in one of his interviews. He's like, I wish I could get to the level of Kanye where I can be this experimental with my work. Yeah. And I feel like even with the way he's rapping or the way he's setting up a bar, it's really different from the other rap albums that exist. Even Donda, I would say, because Donda doesn't have this self-reflective dialogue other than that one song with Jay Electronica. And this whole album has a lot of those types of tracks, I feel like.
But you also have to remember, like, it's got commercial success as well. Like
commercial,
he did Black Panther's whole soundtrack.
Black Panther. He made hip hop that commercial. That's what's great.
He's
he put no Drake now, kidding.
He's done that as well. Like he's done like facets of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's done it.
I don't think he cares anymore. Right?
Yeah,
no.
Sure.
Like,
and he's going on with he's moving from TDE to PG Lang, so maybe he's trying to build this whole new image for this brand, because this album is pretty much the first foray for all of us. I feel like anyone is listening to Kendrick into the PG Lang brand as a brand, as in the terms like audiovisual space.
Do you agree with like what Kirsten was saying, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same case for J. Cole though?
J. Cole, where
it's like, you know, he's had that body
J.
of
Cole
work already,
is not on Kendrick's level. no. J. Cole could never make anything like this.
Hold on.
Any bar like this, no.
No, hold on. First things first. Like, John's a mad hater. Let's clear that.
You know what happened? Because we went to the concert.
Yeah.
And J. Cole just, I want to fold clothes for you. And John was just like, what is this?
No, but the thing is, right? Like,
I like that album. I like For Your Eyes Only.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did you?
I like that album.
Which one didn't you like?
Anything after that.
I didn't like
because what's the one where he wears like the king's crown and he has,
I didn't like that one.
And then
KOD, right?
KOD, and then the one he recently released as well.
Off-season.
No,
off-season.
No, off-season. You gotta be a hooper. You gotta be a hooper.
Yeah, see, I'm
Actually,
not a
maybe.
I'm not a
he does
hooper.
make a lot of.
I'm not a hooper or anything.
Yeah, you gotta be a hooper.
I can't relate to it, but at the same time,
what do you mean? You're Charles Barkley.
Troll, man. Just because I'm the bald guy here, motherfucker. But I feel like when there's other rappers in the game, like maybe you say Kendrick, you can say Griselda, like the whole group, and then you can say Freddie Gibbs is there as well, Earl Sweatshirt, and then I see J. Cole. I just don't see why this guy is that level when these rappers with such flow, such rhythm.
We don't have to do an episode of this, but I'm gonna have a sit down with you. We're gonna look at the lyrics for like just some of his songs. Okay?
No, I'm not even talking about the lyrics. The whole beat, the story that's going. It's just, I don't know, man. He could do so much more. I'm not expecting him to be. Oh fuck! We're on the Kendrick album.
The thing is, J. Cole, his whole brand was he doesn't collab with anyone else. He doesn't.
But he did, right?
Yeah,
in off season,
but only in off season, right? So like, you can only do so much. You can only
no
do
features.
Yeah, you can only you can only do so much.
Yeah.
By yourself. Like
you can only exactly. So expand.
He's expanding now.
That's what I wanted him to do.
He's expanding now.
But it's okay. Whatever. I think
he thanked 21 Savage. He literally thanked 21 Savage.
That song was really good.
That song, his lyrics.
See, I like J. Cole on features. Yeah. I never said. See, when I said a lot, that was a really good track.
Don't really get defensive, buddy. I was just saying.
Anyway, let's move to the next song, Silent Hill. Is this a reference to the game or?
Okay. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Have you played Silent Hill?
Yes.
Oh, was it silent?
Troll.
What does that say?
That's a gotcha moment right there.
Yeah,
oh, that was
we got Kodak Black on this track as well. He's been dispersed through many features on this album. He's
been in a lot of interludes.
He's a Frank Ocean of this life of Pablo. Frank Ocean of rap.
Oh wait, Yeah, when I heard this song, I immediately thought, oh, John's gonna love this song.
Oh, this is Kodak Black.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of?
This
heavy.
this kind of has like Baby Keem vibes.
Baby Keem vibes.
Like choruses especially.
Yeah. This for sure. This for sure in the clubs. I can already see it, bro. I can already see it.
Just makes me want to dance like with the grannies, you know, like.
No, you joke. My ancestor close. What the fuck? Is this a reference to the Trump situation where they invaded Washington D.C.?
Oh, about to
you know
again? Yeah, maybe. Hey.
100%. Yeah.
This reminds me of the other guy, the mosquito guy. Bro, Kendrick hopped on his floor, bro. Oh shit. Damn.
Bitch, you talk too much. You making it awful love. I mean, it's hard enough. I mean, it's don't fuck with me even if they could.
Oh, I love Kodak.
It's got a very distinctive style.
Yeah.
No, he's really good here. Like,
yeah, he's good here.
He's on rhythm. That's what I'm surprised.
A lot of his songs, I feel like he's a little off.
He's a little off.
But
Kendrick beat his ass, bro.
Kendrick was just like, hey, let me fix you up.
Kodak, do it again.
No, stop doing this.
Do this.
Kodak, did you rap on beat this time?
So what made him take off his grills to do that?
Wait. Let me just replay Kodak's bit. Let me play Kodak's bit.
I mean, this don't fuck with me even if they could. Pull out the second bitch with the wood. First part was like in the hood. Don't worry about us over here, we good. The AP Roman numeral. Everybody going pharmaceutical. I mean, my whole conglomerate. I was just making shit out in the cuckoo. Suicide.
It's in prison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, Red Cross kept.
I wish he rapped on beats like this more, man.
I had to survive with a tuna pack.
That just sounds like uni, man.
We do that.
First year.
Nah, it's Badri's bread and butter. Tuna pack.
Bro, you know,
16 grams protein.
I've stopped it completely.
Eh? No more tuna because of the mercury and all that. Yeah.
Chest out, silence. I'm stressed out. Be quiet. I'm stressed out. Stressed out, stressed out, stressed out.
It's definitely like a club banger, I feel like. With some of the songs. It feels like sort of like a Play Bacardi vibe with the chorus, but also a Baby Keem flow.
And it was just done so like in a nonchalant way.
But
you're still like kind of
still vibing.
Yeah.
And Kodak Black was quite personal there with his experience in prison and then coming out of prison. No, being that rich and then going into prison, then coming out back again. Yeah. Imagine
I feel like a lot of people using him in features are milking
his
the fact that he's been in prison.
He's been in prison
to kind of convey their message. Which, not to kind of shit on anything that he's done or been in jail for or anything, but I just kind of that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like, he's popping up in a lot of features.
It's like Gucci Mane, I feel like, because after Gucci Mane got released, it was huge. And unlike Bobby Shmurda, I feel like Kodak Black really used that opportunity really well.
Yeah.
And in this case here, this is the best I've seen him in terms of like his rhythm and flow with the beat, and also his lyricism is very.
I'm not complaining, by the way.
It's very deep as well.
This, yeah.
That cubicle line, I really like that. I was like, damn.
You just gotta get
from Rolls Royce AP numerals to cubicle.
You gotta get Kendrick to produce his next album, man.
Dude, that would be
hard. No, but at the same time as well, I think he's maintained his roots.
His roots in Florida.
I think like for him, because Gucci Mane, like after he went to prison, he changed. He changed completely.
He's not Trap Santa anymore.
Well, the thing is, like,
he's Atlanta Trap Santa.
He's all about like getting your body right, setting up a family and all that. But like, and then Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda is the biggest disappointment.
It's
but it's like, from a fan perspective, we're expecting this high. It's like Kendrick said.
No, Bobby Shmurda is a meme. Like,
it was a meme.
It's like the
Shmurda, you heard
coming right back down.
Honestly, if you become a meme in the rap game or in this music industry, you made it. There's still royalties coming. Like DJ, bro. I think he just turned himself into a meme on purpose, man. There's no way he's that oblivious to his.
That's the only way he went number one. There's no other way. Because after the whole meme phase sort of like evaporated, there was Tyler with Igor that he came out with, and he completely destroyed DJ Khaled in the charts, at least. And you saw that video, right, that he posted. He was getting so pissed. He's like, man, who's this weird rapper acting so mysterious?
Tyler was so happy to see that response as well.
And Tyler was just going ham at him. He was just like, this guy, all he cares about is going number one. When I took it away from him, look at him now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see.
Kodak for sure. Like, he did good in that track.
He did good.
Like, there's a.
I want to see more music like that, like music from him like that. Because I've been listening to his older albums, some of his older songs.
Yeah.
I do like him. I love him more as like a feature, to be honest.
Feature, because hit and miss.
Yeah.
I think prison has really, like, when he's in prison, the rap game comes to him.
Yeah.
And when he's out of prison.
Because he's surrounded by that sort of culture, you know?
No, but when he's out of prison, bro, I feel like he is, I like, to be honest, I don't know any of his work post-prison. Like, nothing has come off in my radar to be
that good. I think it could be because at the end of the day, Kendrick Lamar has a way bigger budget than I think Kodak Black would. And I don't think he's one of the more well-off rappers in a sense, because he spends a lot on jewelry, etc. He's like a typical SoundCloud rapper. I would feel like I would have to say. So
you're saying that like
he
just doesn't have the producers.
Producers, yeah, definitely. He wouldn't have the producers. Because even with ZZ, he had to get. There was Travis Scott. There was, I think, Young
Offset.
Offset was there, and Metro Boomin was on that track as well. So he had a really good producers for that. Whereas here is a bit different. But anyway, next track is Savior, another interlude. Ooh, Savior. Okay.
If you derive your sense of identity
there's a baby Keem in
here.
Who's that?
Were done to you when you were a child.
Eckhart Tolle.
And you develop a sense of
this is that German is this that German book that he was talking about in the part 1? Remember?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Is it? Did he get that guy?
The first and the 15th, the only religion. Noodles in the microwave, Shark Tank, tidal wave, grandma shooting niggas, blood on the highway, crust on the dashboard. You just want a platform. I want to take everything that I asked for. Catch me a body, I put that on anybody but my mama. She showing the pattern for certain. I think it's white panties and minimal condoms.
Ooh.
My uncle would tell me the shit in the movies could only be magic. This year I did 43 shows and took it all home.
Because he talked about Baby Keem.
Took it all home to buy him a casket.
Because he talks about his abusive mom in his other album, his debut album, Keem, you know? The Melodic Blue. And he did it in Donda as well, Praise God. His line, you know?
Nowadays I'm a new prophet, gang dead, no autopsy, city girl with a new hobby, catch a body, put the product in the top. Nigga about to get some pussy, give me 5. Gun dirty, got the 30 in the purse. Tight bitch, put a perky in the sock.
What the fuck?
Basic. I never seen my niggas bust down faces, the niggas not tasteless. I only had one chance, I ain't even wasted.
So true.
I love how there's no percussion in this. There's no drum. He's just riding. He's just
poetry.
riding the violins in this.
It's poetry.
Yeah. But definitely different to Ghostface Killer's part. Yeah.
I love when it ratchet, I don't do a paddock, I still do the watches, the she think I'm conceited, I'm thinking about cheating, I don't do the flowers or rope. Now how can I fold looking at 20 million, this money don't come with a probate. Mama, I said it'd be okay. I got this shit bragging in 4 days, 4 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. Switch sides, nigga be fresh out, suicide doors, I suicide. Lambo body, who gon' stop me? Baby, Keem is too wild. Function at the temple, Jesus pieces in the luau. Mr. Morale.
My ex got a Beamer, she want me to see it. I still gon' see it like okay.
I love when they ratchet, I do a paddock. Shit. This is hot on back, bro.
The old way. I feel like
this is a very young Baby Keem compared to all the mature stuff that we've been used to recently with other few songs. I don't think this is my best I've seen Baby Keem. This feels
it's you gotta take it for what it is. This is an interlude as well.
Yeah, it's an interlude.
Yeah. That's true.
I guess it's good for an interlude.
A lot of this stuff has gone over my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Just go to the Prophet bit.
Sorry, Tony Stark at work.
Shit. Command that's that bitch. Command that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm a new prophet.
Is he talking about like?
He's a new.
What is he describing?
He would be a new prophet in terms of the rap game, because he's quite literally like changed the way music is. Because I feel like in the melodic blue, people think of the album, take it of the album like it's supposed to be this huge storyline and stuff. But the melodic blue is just, it has sort of like a split personality to it. Because there's some songs that have really good meanings and stuff. But other songs are just there for the vibes. And he's just saying shit, sort of like MF Doom, where, you know, he rhymes butter with cutter, etc. He's just saying it because he can. And it rhymes well, I feel like.
Actually, that's a good, that's a good
you know
comparison.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. MF Doom, I think, that was very...
And I feel like he might have got...
Rest in peace.
Same like Earl Sweatshirt, where he gets a lot of inspiration with MF Doom in terms of his rhythm. I feel like Baby Keem sort of follows that way, but he also gets it from the new wave rappers like Thugger and Cardi, etc.
Is that a thing with newer rappers coming? Because I feel like that was Tyler the Creator as well when he first started. Like his hooks were like good, his bars were good. But sometimes he'd just be like rapping about anything. Like
you rap about anything, a cockroach
now
or like a T-Rex.
Now there's like content,
actual meaning and stuff. Because I think a lot of rappers, when they start off, they sort of get pigeonholed into one sector or one segment. And I think it's great that Baby Keem is trying not to do that.
Yeah.
Because this thing happened with Post Malone as well. Because people are trying to segment him into just hip hop. But Post Malone isn't really hip hop. He's like
pop,
because he has a lot of country music in his songs, especially his debut album, the Post Malone debut album.
Yes,
there was a lot of like guitars and a lot of electric guitars as well, and it's developed throughout the years where he's actually truly realized the Post Malone brand, where it exceeds hip hop but sort of has still hip hop elements in it, but takes rain from his country roots as well.
I feel like the albums after that just didn't hit.
Didn't hit as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
true.
So
it was the Stony album, right?
Yeah, the Stony album.
Yeah, that
I feel like that was
his best album.
Representation.
100%.
Yeah. And especially that first song.
I didn't get
Broken
many
Whiskey
country
Glass.
vibes in the other ones. I just felt it just started.
Actually, more
to
pop. Yeah, my bad. It would be more pop.
Yeah.
Okay. The next track is
Savior.
Oh, so Interlude.
Kendrick Lamar.
It's again Baby Keem as well.
And Sam Dew.
Oh, Sam Dew, this the indie artist from the other track we listened to. I forgot. It's one of the tracks. Anyway.
Something like hip hop and indie artists. They're just formulating this kind of nice.
It's like Yeezy and Bon Iver, you know, with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
This
not your savior, brother. LeBron major gift.
System moral, give me high five. 2 times in a code of finish, judging my life. Backpedaler, what they say you do the cha-cha. I'ma stand on it 6'5" from 5'5". Fun fact, I ain't taking shit back.
Bars. No, okay.
But I'm more Kodak. Tell me where the homies at. Universal call out, I can remember only that. CC, wait a minute. Been a key.
Oh.
Tell the whole truth from A to Z. Show me you real, show me that you bleed. Hello, crackers. I seen niggas argue in the bar, who's blacker. Even blacked out screens and called it solidarity. Meditating in silence, made you wanna tell me, bitch, are you happy for me?
Oh.
Are you happy for me?
That's a good chorus.
But are you happy for me? Yeah, I'm out the way. Are you happy for me? Bitch, are you happy for me? Millie, are you happy for me? Smile on my face, but are you happy for me? Yeah, I'm out the way. Are you happy for me? Bite they tongues and rap lyrics, scared to be crucified about a song, but they won't admit it politically.
Oh my god.
Niggas is tight-knit, fuck who dare you different. Seen a Christian say the vaccine mark of the beast. Then he cut COVID and prayed the Pfizer for relief. Then I caught COVID and started to question how we are hurting his baby. Do you want peace? Then watch us in the street. One protest for you. 365 for me. Vladimir making nightmares.
The thing is, I haven't seen Kendrick being politically incorrect or like going against the media, sort of like maybe like Easy or something, voting for Trump, etc. I haven't seen him, or Chance the Rapper, voting for Trump.
Like everything he says always seems to be within reason. I think that's why when he was calling out all those rappers on the Big Sean track, that's why everyone like
they were taking off.
Yeah. Okay. Does Kendrick have like the best bridges? Like, I'm loving every single bridge from this album, especially from the first CD.
Truth, it resides in the fire, the need of his dire. Jeez. Because the truth is hard to get, but if you do get it, you're gonna burn yourself because there's a politically correct mob.
Yeah, yes.
3D chess. Wait, let me just play this.
Tupac dead, got a thing for yourself.
Can I just play this verse?
I love that. Yeah, that first 3 lines.
Independent thought is like an eternal enemy. Capitalist posing as compassionate be offending me. Yeah, suck my dick with authenticity. Yeah, Tupac dead, gotta think for yourself. Yeah, heroes looking for the villains to help. I never been sophisticated, same face. Being manipulative, such an acquired taste. I rubbed elbows with people that was for the people. They all greedy, I don't care for the public speaking. And they like to wonder where I've been. Protecting my soul in the valley of silence.
Dude, that part where he's like scared to be crucified about a song, but they won't admit it politically correct.
That's how you keep an opinion. Yeah, that's true, because you won't get crucified for it. Who's he calling out here?
I think he's just calling out all the new rappers coming up because they don't have their own identity as well.
Yeah,
they're all.
But I feel like this could be calling out the more white rappers, if you know what I mean, because they sort of take this thing that's specifically from black culture. Maybe like I would say again, Post Malone. Here we go again. Take that item from that culture, but not say anything against that say against what's happening within that culture, if you know what I mean. And this could be the same for many other rappers who have come out as well. Right now, I can't think of any in my top of my head at the moment, but many young rappers, maybe like I would say even black rappers who haven't said anything about it. Like A$AP Rocky, he didn't say shit about Black Lives Matter, etc. You know what I'm saying? He only briefly mentioned in Babushka Boy, I feel like, but that's because he got jailed. I feel like
that's true.
Yeah, and he only mentioned that in his previous earlier years. But damn, politically correct is how we keep an opinion. But if I think about it, A$AP Rocky is sort of in that environment with Rihanna, where there's the whole politically correct mob, because that's her main target audience.
Yeah.
Because she has that whole open acceptance sort of thing.
Do you feel like black artists have to point that out in
lyrics? It's very unusual for them. Like I would say, I think the only person who's really spoken out about political ideology is probably Chance with Mensa and Kanye, in terms of taking a different outlook instead of, because in America there's only two major political parties, right? The Democrats and the Republicans. And if you're black and you vote for Democrats during that election with Biden, they saw you as not black. Even Joe Biden said that. He was like, if you're black, you would vote for me, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing here. And I feel like him coming out, Kendrick Lamar, the guy who made the song All Right, saying this against cancel culture. Yeah.
But if you go into the album, it's the song a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
So he's talking about capitalism as well.
Yeah, capitalism.
So he's also like, he's contradicting not contradicting, but like also letting like us know.
Yeah.
Like it's also a business at the end of the day.
It's business. I feel like the independent thought line and the capitalist could be another double entendre with the music industry today, because he could be thinking about independent artists as the eternal enemy to the capitalist, like the industrial, the music industry as well, because they sort of sign on artists, such as, maybe we can take Megan Thee Stallion for example, where she got paid $10K for that huge hit of a song. I forgot what it was called. You know, one of the first tracks that like blew up on TikTok, etc.
It's the Hot Summer Girl.
Yeah, something like that.
This line here where he's like, I don't care for no public speaking, and they like to wonder where I've been.
This is definitely the BLM time.
Yeah,
sure.
When everyone was like, well, where's Kendrick's kind of voice in all of this? But it's like, he's been talking about this since like Section 80.
Yeah, Section 80.
And he's getting all this like heat for it.
Yeah, and he specifically made an album for the black culture,
literally,
for Pimp a Black Butterfly, which had a really heavy social political
he didn't
message.
just mention that in one line like some of these rappers, and I'm not trying to call them out, but he's dedicated albums to this, and he's even kind of glorified that in Good Boy Mad City.
Good Kid Mad
City.
Sorry. Good Boy.
Literally in Good Kid Mad City. Because you're bumping to it, but he's actually saying some real dark stuff
here
about the reality for all these people living in Compton, as well as just being a black person in this world.
But when Baby Keem is singing the chorus, right? He's like, "Bitch, are you happy for me? Really, are you happy?" And for me, is he talking about how the audience views Kendrick, or is he talking from the perspective of something else? I'm not sure.
I think
Smiling fit.
It can also be pointed at the people that are looking for Kendrick
as well.
Oh yeah.
I think he's telling people his views, like his political views, what he believes in.
Yeah.
But he's also like saying, don't think what I say is 100% correct as well.
Bitch, are you happy for me?
He said, Tupac dead, gotta think for yourself.
Yes,
he's telling people to think for themselves as well. Even though he's telling his views, even the COVID line, because he didn't get the vaccine.
Yeah, right? He didn't get the vaccine.
He questioned Kyrie.
Questioned Kyrie.
Well,
that's a good line, because Kyrie is a huge figure, I feel like, in that culture as well. And for him to say that, and then for Kendrick to follow him, and then realize that was a mistake.
So I'm pretty sure it's like, the title Savior is like, don't think of him as the savior.
Yeah, because
he has his opinion, but he's not going to be 100% right all the time.
Yeah, he makes reference to this, especially in the intro about Cole, Future, and Braun. Hey man, this is what I'm going, man.
J. Cole. Boy, man. I told you, J. Cole in right back. Future said, "Get him money, but he's not your savior." Bob Benji gave it, but he's not your savior.
Like, you feel like we're in this era where people just kind of look to artists or political figures or iconic figures for some kind of direction. Like I feel like some people don't really have their own opinion when it comes to this.
They're human as well, man. They got their own opinions and stuff as well.
I think
maybe
we put these guys on such a pedestal and keep them to such a high standard, and then when Kendrick goes on a hiatus for 5 years, that's when we want to flame them the most.
We're looking at other saviors, but the real savior is pretty much ourselves, is what he's saying here. Were you saying something?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, this the whole concept of cancel culture as well.
Yeah, the cancel culture. Again, it's mentioned here in part 2.
Yeah, we talked about it in CD1. Yeah.
He's talking about it. The thing is, like, like what Kirsten said, people got to take their own opinion, and then Kendrick really says it in here. Like he obviously wants to express himself.
Yeah.
Like just because it's an expression of himself doesn't mean that you have to take that same expression as well. So it is a bang of a track, to be honest.
That was a really good song.
Bro,
that was
guys.
Kirsten better than Genius, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
that was a pretty good.
I was gonna say, shit, I didn't even realize about the saving thing. He related back to that, but
look, guys, that was a very good discussion there. I felt like I was in a tutorial in like one of my units.
Dude, we need a pipe.
Heat culture.
You're part of the culture, bro.
3AB English, bro.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue with the outro savior, and then the next track is gonna be Aunty Diaries.
Is it Aunty or Aunty?
Aunty. He's got Eckhart Tolle again.
Oh yeah. I actually like this song.
It's a very unique beat, very experimental. Shit, yeah, I heard this track. This is a very...
It's like 4 to the floor bass. Whenever he has these like 4 on the 4 like beats, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he is going through the things that he's going through the things that he thinks about.
Thinks about it in his mind.
Yeah,
constantly.
Big social, big personality, vocal. Played the underground verbatim and stay local. My auntie is a man now. I watch him and his girl hold their hands down. Tipping the avenues on the street lights made his. Thinking I want me a bad bitch when I get big. They hug on the corner like California King Cold. Hand all of her skirt cars whistling down the road.
Jeez, storytelling,
yeah.
It's very visual, even though it's...
So I can hang out in the front seat. 6x9s keeping the music up under me. My auntie is a man now. Ask my mama why my uncles don't like him that much. And at the parties why they always want to fight him that much. She said ain't no telling. Niggas always been jealous because he had more women.
Jeez.
More money and more attention made more envy. Calling him anything but broke was less offending. My auntie is a man now. I think I'm old enough to understand now. Drinking Parmesan with her hat turned backwards.
Damn, this is about the transphobia, homophobia existing in the black community, which is not addressed in the BLM movement. I feel like.
Oh no.
It's more situated around the socio-political message of police brutality.
Yeah.
They stare at her in the face. They couldn't comprehend what I grew accustomed. We pull off bumping quick like it was nothing. My auntie is a man now. What a relationship.
Well, it's like he's sort of fighting within himself.
Yes, yeah.
About the transphobia that exists in his mind. Jeez.
That's what I was talking about. Like he's just like thinking in his mind. The 4 to the floor beat.
Yeah.
It's just his thoughts. It's just flowing.
Cameras on the microphone, all women and men know my auntie was a man now. We cool with it. The history had trickled down and made us ignorant.
Jeez, history had trickled down, made us.
And following my auntie with the same behavior. Demetrius and Marianne now.
Is he talking about Baby Keem here?
Nah, I think it's a different cousin, yeah.
Imagine Baby Keem's real name.
Marianne.
The Barbie dolls played off reflection of Venus. He built a wall so tall you couldn't climb over. He didn't laugh as hard when the kids started joking.
He built a wall so tall you couldn't climb over, man.
Middle school kids with no filter.
I guess he didn't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Mindful of my good cousin. I knew exactly who he was, but I still loved him. Demetrius and Marianne now. I mean, he's really Marianne. Even took things further, changed his gender.
Marianne now thinks he's a man now.
The syllables, eh?
Notice the melody at the back starting to
they get more
come to a realization of change.
Yeah. A bit more euphoria.
Yeah.
Oh, that's him. He's like purposely lowering his voice down and down. He's getting drowned by the beat, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Wondering if God still call you a decent man, still found you the courage to be subservient. Damn, he's questioning religion as well on the effect on homophobia.
He's tackling such big questions.
Yeah, this is. I feel
coming
like,
in.
I feel like this track really reminds me of Radiohead, the beat at least.
Mistakenly, I ain't think that you know any different. See, I was taught words was nothing more than a sound if ever they was pronounced without any intentions. The very second you challenged the shit I was kicking reminded me about a show I did out the city. That time I brought a fan on stage to rap, but disapproved the word that she couldn't say with me. You said Kendrick ain't no
Referring to that white girl that said the N-word at that concert.
Oh!
But only if you let a white girl say nigga.
Jeez. Because he got a lot of backlash for that. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I was on the Kendrick concert, there were people still saying that when he was doing his Damn release. One person especially. One person specifically. But yeah, that was a really personal fact, that track. I feel like transphobia, homophobia is quite prevalent in a lot of ethnic communities, I feel like. And it's not as they don't have as much as a voice as maybe white people do, who are in the same sort of category of like maybe trans or gay or bi or whatever. And he's sort of giving them a voice here with his voice. Because even when I'm looking at his brand, PG Lang, it's a very eccentric brand as well. And for him to incorporate all these elements into one track. And this is about his auntie and how it's going through the generation. Yeah. This sort of discrimination from his own community. So can you imagine?
Not even community, his family, bro.
His family.
His family. His uncles, his uncles were literally beefing on this one person.
On this auntie, even though she's getting more than them.
Yeah.
But
that's transphobia, right?
Yeah, transphobia. You know? So. Can you imagine being like trans, black, and living in that community, like in that sort of poverty as well?
Also,
and you have to deal with all this shit.
The religious factor as well.
The religion as well, because there would be really religious, right? With especially like
and those are very hard questions, man.
Yeah, for me, like Kendrick's progression. So, at a young age, Kendrick knew this person, but didn't know the backlash of it.
Yeah,
like he didn't have that transphobia because
he didn't have that transphobia.
Like
because just
your circumstances is what brings it on to you, right? Yeah. So for him, it never really happened, and the fact that he had his uncle in this case, right?
Yeah.
For him, it was normal, right?
Yeah.
But then as he grew up, all this like stigma came around and everything. But at the same time, you have a role model that you look up to, and then that person has influenced someone else in the family to change as well, and he's going through
themselves.
Maybe. Like he's also seeing their changes and their struggles now, and because they're in the same age as well at the same time. So I feel like
his favorite cousin, and now his favorite auntie, and now his favorite cousin as well.
Yeah. So for him, he's questioning his journey as well.
Yeah. I can't think any other rapper that's like straight that has kind of tackled this issue or even had the courage to talk about this.
Jay-Z with 444 he did.
But there's like you know
but not
what I mean?
Like this, not like
you know
this,
what I mean,
like
like
this.
Tyler's gone into it.
The self-reflective dialogue.
Tyler's like by himself.
Yeah, but Tyler hasn't gone like this though. This is different. This is like straight away addressing it.
Yeah, this is beautiful because the thing is it's storytelling. It's personal to him. Yeah. At the same time, it also involves a lot of.
I feel like there's still that even in this inner dialogue that he's having with himself, there's still that embarrassment that he has, and he's having this inner dialogue just to like take away from the embarrassment.
Yeah.
But even throughout the end, he doesn't really not get embarrassed. I feel like he just switches it up, and then now he's talking about himself, and maybe he used that moment where that girl came on and said the N-word on stage, even though it's a part of his song.
Yeah.
And now he's put that sort of hate towards her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what he's saying.
I think it's just like
because like you know like you can't say the word anymore. Like
you can't say the word. But what if it's a part of a song?
I think at the end,
you know what I'm saying?
But what Kendrick personified
Yeah.
in To Pimp a Butterfly. That
Yeah.
like when he released that album, it's talking about like he's been talking about this the whole
Yeah.
time. So for him, it cuts different when someone says the word.
Someone says
It's the N word. So when someone says the N word,
Yeah.
because the thing is, for him, he's talked about how much his people had to struggle
Yeah.
to get
from the
to
word.
here,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, you can say the F word now,
Yeah.
but you don't know their struggle.
That's right.
So you can't say this like for him. He's
also he's equating it
he's
the same
equating
way.
it. So
Oh, okay.
that's the lost.
Yeah.
For me, that's the lost lyric, right? So
Yeah.
for me, he questions it in the fact that like he's grown. Can he use this word?
Yeah.
And if so, like then he has to be okay with other like white people saying the N-word. So for him, it's a question, and for us as well at the same time.
If you notice as well, I feel like why we can kind of relate to this is because he's accepting his ignorance when he uses the F word or like faggot, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think we can all kind of relate to this because, you know, in the 2000s era, I used to just say it just because, you know, like everyone used to just say it.
High school is just part of our vocabulary.
Yeah. And
we didn't really say it in that way.
I
We
mean,
just meant it.
No.
But it was still a slow word. We definitely
But
meant
it's still,
it as in a homophobic
But
way,
it's-
but a homophobic way
Yeah, but
that we knew the
that's
other
in high
person
school,
wasn't.
right? Like in high school, like
Yeah, anything goes. We didn't have a filter like you said.
but that's why we're like, when he accepts his ignorance here, that's why it kind of ties into us like, we can do the same as well.
We can do the same. Sheesh. But no, you. Like,
I think this song is actually he's done it for his kid.
for his kids.
Yeah. Just because
Damn, bro, you.
man,
That actually makes more sense.
he's making it for his kids because when he was younger,
Yeah.
he was asking his mom, why are my uncles like
bullying this person.
Bullying this
bullying
person.
his
yeah.
other uncle?
Yeah.
But like now he's like, because you can't change older people. Let's be honest. They're set in the ways. If you want to enforce change, it's got to be with the newer generation.
Yeah.
And yourself.
His kids. So yeah. So he's like accepting it now, right?
Damn.
So he's trying to put this out. So when his kids grow up and see that, that's what I reckon.
That actually,
But,
that could be that would be another point on top of that as well. Damn, that's pretty.
No, shout out Kendrick, man,
Yeah.
for sure.
Shout out though. That's it.
Yeah.
No, that would make sense because even in the album cover, he has his two kids
Yeah,
there,
100%.
and you know he doesn't want this again to go to the next generation. She
Damn, title of the song, Aunty Diaries.
Aunty Diaries, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like his personal diary that is
Yeah.
unlocked here for us,
Sorry, what
and
were you
his
saying?
kid maybe. Yeah.
Nah, I think for sure he's gonna. I think he might like. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I'm pretty sure. I'm looking forward to his future work where he does more personal stuff.
Personal stuff and
Because
yeah, it would be really good to see.
Maybe another 5 years, man.
Maybe another.
I'm
No,
still
no pressure, Kendrick. If you're watching this, please.
with the advent of PG Lang, his new brand, he might come up with another album because this is his last album with TDE.
Nah, I mean,
And what better way to start off PG Lang with another album by him or Baby Keem or something? Some huge artist from there.
I'm happy to wait. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Frank Ocean.
This is good. This album hasn't even settled down yet. Frank Ocean? That's never gonna happen, bro. Let's be honest.
Bro, when it does
Frank's done
happen,
his time, bro.
He done. He released
bro.
He just dropped one of the best albums. It was like, all right.
of the whole decade. That album was compared to Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's how good it was.
It's better.
It's-
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, wait, hold on. No. He's
Don't make me actor.
It's better.
No. Not for me because I love Kanye. I'm not like a huge Frank Ocean.
I'm so shook. I actually don't. I don't know. Hey.
But they're
I
both
like Frank
really
Ocean
different
better,
albums,
yeah.
though. The Blonde and My Beautiful
Yeah,
Dark
they're
Twisted
totally
Fantasy.
different.
They're really
I mean,
different. But
that's
which
my favorite
album?
Kanye
But for you
album
listen
as
to
well.
Blonde more than
Yeah,
Then
100%.
for you it's better. Yeah. For me, I listen to Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy more. Shit.
I think I listened to Blonde more.
Blonde more. Then you probably
It's
like
because
it
we're
way
in
more.
our fields more.
Yeah.
Hit culture. Shout out hit culture.
Nail. Shit. Alright, the next track, the second last track, is that the
Mr.
second
Morale,
one?
yeah.
Is that?
No, the third last.
Oh shit.
There we go.
Mr. Morale, Tanna Leone.
I thought it said
That probably picked it up, bro. Shit, sounds like someone's farting.
John.
It's me when I went to Migos.
Oh, that was bad.
It was so bad. Enoch, your father just detoxed. Creative.
Sometimes I'm afraid of my open mind. Cause it's way too heavy. My diamonds, the joker is heavy. More life to give on the men like you, baby. Who keep them honest like us? Who in alignment like us? Who gotta heal them or us? Us. When there's no one to call.
I didn't know he was saying float on it. I thought it was just.
Uzi, your father's in deep meditation. My spirit's awakening, my brain is asleep. I got a new temperature. Sharpening multiple swords in the face that was.
Fuck, sharpening multiple swords in the face.
I wonder if life will fairly. I wonder if Oprah from Persia, the way that she posted the hurt that a woman carries. My mother abused young. Like all of the mothers back where we from. SSI bury family members. At the repast they serving Popeye's chicken. What you know about black trauma? Heffing is kicking back. It's another genre. Tyler Perry, the face of 1,000 rappers using violence to cover what really happened. I know somebody's listening. Past life regressions to know my conditions is based off experience.
Shit.
Karma for karma, my habits insensitive. Watching my cousin struggle with addiction, then watching her firstborn make $1 million, and both of them off the grid for forgiveness. I'm sacrificing myself to start the healing. Tell you in pieces, cause it's way too heavy. My diamonds, the joker is heavy. More life to give on the men like you, baby. Who keep them honest like us? Who in alignment like us? Who gotta heal them or us? Us. When there's no one to call us. Us.
Say, hydrate. It's time to heal. Say, frustrate. I can feel. Huddle up, tie the flag. Call the troops, holler back. Huddle up, tie the flag. Call the troops, holler back.
Feels like a synthwave kind of beat, bro. Shit.
Oh,
this is some
yeah.
Cybertron shit.
Yeah, I think the that bridge especially like complements that.
Yeah, stepping
that
out
way.
when the with
Yeah.
People get taken over by this pain body because this energy field that almost
I
has
feel
a
like-
life of its own.
I feel like the first
It
CD
needs
of this
to
album
periodically
Yeah.
has
feed
more kind of
more
pop
on that.
like
Pop
for the
beat.
radio. This second album I feel like
It's very personal.
very personal. Yeah.
I love the intro though.
So-
It reminded me of Good Kid, Mad City with Master Shireen.
So is the Big Steppers like the first half and then Mr.
No.
Morale's the second then?
I think Big Steppers would be the second half, right? And Mr. Morale.
Because Mr. Morale's in the second disc, the actual song.
I don't know. Not sure.
Interesting.
You'll have to look later into that. This is just live commentary, but yeah. But it was a very it was okay after that. I don't really understand the rest of the song. I get he's talking about faith, etc. What else did you really capture from that?
For me, he's talking about himself.
Himself,
Yeah,
in like what sense? Like
He's talking about, like, in some instances, right? Like, so
Yeah.
when he's talking about the struggles,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And all that. So he's talking about his personal
his
life,
personal life.
and about his cousin who suffered addiction,
Yeah,
and then now he's
He's a millionaire,
now.
yeah.
But at the same time, like, he has to live through all that trauma.
all that trauma,
So
and he had to sacrifice his own lifestyle just to support his family as well. Is that what he means?
yeah, so like
And that trauma is still affecting through his community as well.
yeah, for me, what I feel like is Kendrick, like, obviously Kendrick's big.
Yeah.
Kendrick's huge. But the thing is, there's still all those issues that he had to live through.
Yeah, live through as well. And still probably will be, because...
Yeah, it'll be there.
At that level, people are still looking for money and stuff.
Yeah. So, I feel like for him, he's just like conveying that at the same time as well. He's got his own struggles. And he's got his own struggles at the same time. He's lived through this to say these things.
Yeah.
So he's coming from a place of authentic, like he's authentic
struggle,
about it, right?
etc.
So that lyric about Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
For me, like that, like it really hit me because of the fact that like it's Tyler Perry's not that authentic. You know, he's
authentic.
Yeah. Like
he really does, because his movies are very black. They call the category is called blaxploitation in films, and he really revels in that sort of genre. You know, even though he's sort of moving away from that, this new production studio and stuff. But Tyler Perry, I think he's one of the biggest figureheads in the black community in terms of entertainment. I feel like
he dresses up in drag.
But
at the same time, he's preaching about like
God and stuff. Yeah.
Right? So like he's trying to, and it's comedy as well.
It's comedy as well. But
he's trying to manufacture it.
He's manufacturing.
Because the thing is, Tyler Perry's manufactured a lot of movies. And he's got a niche.
He's got a niche. He's got this is the black audience,
right?
yeah.
Like for us here in Australia,
like,
we don't know anything about Tyler Perry, right? But in America, it's huge. He's got his own niche. So for me, what Kendrick is saying, it sort of resonates in the fact that like there are these people out there that's just gonna put out shit,
but never really.
It's not really authentic. But for him, he's gone through all this. Yeah, he's talking about it, especially in this album.
Yeah, especially the trauma and the abuse and stuff. I never knew that his mother was abusive. That's a new thing to me. So that's sort of like Baby Keem as well, where his mother is abusive. Sheesh, the trauma is going through the generations. Generational trauma, bro. But the Tyler Perry line, fuck, that's an interesting insight. Yeah, because for me, like, because I know what you mean with Tyler Perry. Yeah. Because I've seen all his like the Medea movies, etc. And when you see them, I mean, if we see them, we were just like, what the fuck is this? It's so trash. But it could be different for other people who grew up around that kind of environment, those kind of people. But it's like a character. It's like a stereotypical character he plays very successfully, though.
Yeah. No, for me, Kendrick. Yeah.
But I believe Tyler Perry has sort of started moving away from that once he got the studio, everything set up for Tyler Perry, and he's producing a bit more better content, I would say, or films. Not at that level yet, but he's trying to. But yeah, back then, maybe when he was making this track, definitely he would have been in that
but you could also like Tyler Perry found his success through doing those
doing this.
Like,
yeah.
So he found his success doing those things.
Exploiting that genre.
And like I'm not like dissing Tyler Perry or anything. It's just that like what Kendrick said there for me, from what I understand, is that's what he's trying to convey. But like but at the same time, you know,
sheesh. Be yourself, guys. That's what I'm gonna say. Alright, the next track is Mother I Sober. Oh shit. Is this the Beth Gibbons one, right?
Let's see.
This is Beth Gibbons.
Yeah, you're right.
Beth Gibbons?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Beth Gibbons is from Portishead. I was telling this to Paolo yesterday.
Yeah. Because
we had to retake the whole video because the camera was fucked up. Dude, Beth Gibbons, for her to come on the Kendrick Lamar track, or for any album for that matter, is insane. She and her band Portishead birthed modern hip hop as it is today. Not to say that black people didn't contribute, but it's a white person who actually like elevated these instrumentals and created the genre called trip hop, which a lot of artists use nowadays in their music, etc. She's really incredible. She stopped making music in 2005, I think, and for her to come back for this, that's insane. That's what I was going to say. I didn't realize it.
So she's responsible for this oversaturated all this.
Not trap music. I would say modern hip hop, like the instrumentals, how trip hop goes. Maybe we can listen to it afterwards. But yeah, I just wanted to give that pointer. Wait. Let me show you the video though.
Oh shit, he's got a button.
Flex man.
That's her. I don't know if you guys can see. She's in the middle right there. This is one of the finest albums you can ever. If you're getting a vinyl player, this is the first album you should have. It's beautiful. It's incredible. It's trip hop. Okay. Anyway, let's get to the track. I really want to hear it. This is Mother I Sober. If you listen to Porter said you would understand this sort of kind of beat.
I'm sensitive, I feel everything, I feel everybody. One man, standing on two words, heal everybody. Transformation, then reciprocation, karma must return. Heal myself, secrets that I hide, buried in these words. Death threats, ego must die, but I let it purge, pacify. Broken pieces of me, it was all a blur. Mother cried, put their hands on her. It was family ties, I heard it all. I should have grabbed a gun, but I was only 5, I still feel it.
Damn.
My first tough decision.
Again, the storytelling, right?
Where's my faith? Told you I was Christian, but just not today. I transformed, praying to the trees. God is taking shape. My mother's mother followed me for years in her afterlife, staring at me on back of some buses. I wake up at night, loved her daily, traded in my tears.
Wait, my mother's mother. This is during the Jim Crow era, like,
you felt it sober.
you know, where they had to sit in the different sections for black people and white people.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one over my head, man.
Fuck, her voice is so beautiful, man.
I remember looking in the mirror, knowing I was gifted, only child, me for 7 years, everything for Christmas, family ties. They accused my cousin, did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't. Frozen moments, still holding on it. Hard to trust myself, I started rhyming, coping mechanisms to lift up myself. Talked to my lawyer, told me not to be so hard on myself. He has an aura I hope to achieve. If I find some help, congratulations, made it to be famous. Still I feel uneasy, water watching, live my life in nature. Only thing relieves me, spirit guide, whisper in my ear, tell me that she sees me. Did he touch you? I said no again, still they didn't believe me. Mother's brother said he got revenge for my mother's face, black and blue.
Jeez, man, this is so sad, bro.
Pain's taking over, blame myself. You never felt guilt till you felt it sober.
You never felt guilt till you felt it sober.
In that moment, he's just like, I wish it could be somebody, I guess.
Yeah.
Who didn't have to deal with all these issues. Bro, it's such a personal. This too is really personal. I feel like, yeah. Even with Baby Keem on the track.
That's why I feel like this is the Mr. Morale part.
Mr. Morale.
But still I declined, I did it sober. Sitting with myself, I went through all emotions, no dependence, except for one. Let me bring you closer, intoxicated. There's a lustful nature that I failed to mention. Insecurities that I project, sleeping with other women. Whitney's hurt, the pure soul I know. I found it in.
Wait, he did cheat then?
Where did I lose myself?
Because Whitney's his wife.
Broke me down. She looked me in my eyes. Is there an addiction? I said no, but this time I lied. I knew that I could fix it. Pure soul, even in her pain. Know she cared for me, gave me a number. Said she recommended some therapy. I asked my mama why she didn't believe me when I told her no. I never knew she was violated.
Jeez, bro.
Told me that she feared it happened to me for my protection. Though it never happened, she wouldn't agree. Now I'm affected. 20 years later, trauma has resurfaced, amplified. As I write this song, I shiver cause I'm nervous. I was 5, questioning myself, long for many years. Nothing's wrong, just results on how the questions made me feel. I made it home, 7 years of tour, chasing manhood, but Whitney's gone. By the time you hear this song, she did all she could. All those women gave me superpowers. What I thought I lacked, I pray our children don't inherit me and feel inside track. A conversation not being addressed in black families. The devastation haunting generations and humanity. They raped our mothers, then they raped our sisters, then they made us watch, then made us rape each other. Psychotic torture between our lives. We ain't recovered.
uncovered, still living as victims in the public eyes who pledge allegiance. Every other brother has been compromised. I know the secrets. Every other rapper sexually abused. I see them daily, burying their pain in chains and tattoos. So listen close before you start to pass judgment on how he move, learn how he cope. Whenever his uncle had to walk him from school, his anger grows deep in misogyny. This is post-traumatic. Black families and a side of me today is still active. So I set free myself from all the guilt that I thought I made. So I set free my mother, all the hurt that she titled shame. So I set free my cousin Chaotic for my mother's pain. I hope Keem made you proud, cause you ain't die in vain. So I set free the power of Whitney, may she heal us all. So I set free our children, make her karma, keep them with God. So I set free the hearts filled with hatred, keep our bodies sacred. As I set free all your abusers, this is transformation.
Anybody but myself. Oh, I wish I was somebody. Anybody but myself. You did it. I'm proud of you. You broke a generational curse. Say thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, brother. Mr. Morale.
Before I go and fast asleep, love me for me.
Oh, this is Mirror now. Oh, is it?
No, Mother Red Sober. Damn. That was a...
Look, let me say,
that has to
Kirsten was right on the money when he was talking about this is for his kids.
This is for his kids.
Yeah.
That was a really... Damn. That was a sad track.
That was sad, yeah.
This album really, its objective is to break the generational trauma.
Yeah. And he's starting from here.
But he does it so personally, and when you see that this iconic figure is able to do this on this level.
But the thing is, like, these lyrics are so revealing. That's why I was like, you put this out for the world to see. That takes a lot of bravery, bro. Like, talking about his mom's sexual assault and the other types of trauma these kids have experienced as well around his life. Damn.
5 years in the waiting for.
This is some. I feel like this is some Jay-Z, Easy level shit, like type of vulnerability that he's exposing here.
Yeah.
I've never seen like many other artists other than those three, from my perspective, kind of talk about these things. You know.
For me, what really like also sort of stood out is the fact that
does though, but
at the same time he's very personal, but at the same time he's also speaking about the generally as well.
Generally as well,
like when he's talking about the rapper culture.
The rapper culture,
absolutely.
That for me that also
they all want chains.
Like for me, he's like, cause the thing is a lot of people, like, you know, you go through Instagram and all that, like, you know, you're gonna find a lot of stuff, and you know, like
I feel like
all that.
I feel like
it's very surface level, right?
Surface level.
Very surface level.
Oh yeah, with X especially.
And like for anyone who's just listening, right? They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, fuck bitches, get money. That's it. End of story.
Yeah.
But for him to break it down even further and to just like go through what it is, the backing of it, come out with this as well. So he's very personal, but at the same time he's also talking about in a broad community as well. So that for me when you say iconic, this is iconic.
Because no one could. This is so revealing, bro. Because remember that Section 80 track you introduced me to?
Oh yeah,
the one about the
Keisha song.
The Keisha song.
Yeah.
And then I see a lot of like sort of vulnerability that's from like that track in here as well. But damn, bro, he's talking about his mom here as well. Like, that's some huge balls, and just to put it out in the community like that,
Also,
damn.
Shout out to our friend Saeed, man.
Yes.
He actually loved this track.
He loves this. He loves this whole album, especially. But this is a very reflective track again. God, and the thing is that even Beth Gibbons, it doesn't. I feel like throughout the whole track, as the beat progresses again here, same to the other track as well. There's a sort of realization in that moment as well when he comes again towards the end of the track, as the beat develops.
It's
I'm saying myself properly.
Yeah, now there's the other thing that he's also conveying is the generational, like you said, the generational, and that goes all the way back to like slavery, right? So he's going through all the way because they raped our mothers, they raped our sisters. So like he's talking about that as well.
Yeah,
that sort of violence is leaked into the community as well. Yeah. And I guess this album is, like Kirsten said, this is for his kids to say the cycle stops here. And even though he's cheated on his wife, man, that's and she's that like supportive of him still. I was like, wow.
I guess that's why he's put this all out there.
Yeah,
being so revealing, being this vulnerable, is to try to make that change.
Bro.
Yeah,
this is
I feel like this song,
me,
not just this song in particular, but it just feels like he's really preaching. And because he's kind of giving insight to his personal life,
this is a different.
You kind of
level.
have to listen to it like.
This is
like, if this was another artist doing it, and I think it wouldn't hold the same gravity.
I feel like I'm like his, not to say that I feel like I'm like sort of like his really close friend for me to be hearing all this kind of lyrics and shit.
You know Kendrick, man?
Kendrick Duckworth, yeah, I know that. No, but to hear this type of conversation, this is really personal, bro. I don't know any rapper who talks about stuff like this. This is like his own mother and the stuff and how that generational trauma is leaked onto him and how he views women. And even though it's sort of self-contradictory that he says this woman gave me superpowers, he's still doing that stuff. But I pray our children don't inherit me and my feelings are tracked. A conversation not being addressed in black families, devastation haunting generations and humanity. Jeez.
And he was getting shit for not speaking up.
And I love the how he went, because there's anger behind his voice as well when he's talking about this as well, you know. So
he plays around with the pitch.
No,
who's Hakeem?
I think his cousin that died.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the cousin that died
in Compton.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he referenced it in one of the earlier tracks, right?
Earlier tracks.
He didn't die. Hope he didn't die in vain.
Didn't die in vain.
And the outro as well. I like the fact that like this is a healing process for him.
Healing process, yeah.
So it's just
that was his kid speaking.
That was so beautiful, bro. Jeez, that felt like Jay-Z in 444 when he had Blue on that track, and he and she's just like talking about the healing as well, because 444 is all about his vulnerability and his cheating and stuff.
Sorry, continue.
What are you saying?
No. Before we get into Mirror, I just feel like I've already listened to this track
plenty of times.
No. I've only listened to it once. It feels like a victory lap. I honestly,
okay, keen to listen.
I'm actually like.
Let's have a look.
I've only listened to this album once, so this is sort of all still a bit new to me. Okay.
I've listened to it. I'm not gonna lie, I've listened to it a couple times. Especially after yesterday where we did CD1.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on your story. You posted sad. Remember, I posted the story with what's it? Cry, we cry. Everything, bro. That track. That scared the shit out of me.
That's so in your face,
dude. Like, Jesus.
All right, anyway, let's have a look at the last track.
That's Mirror. I think Mirror's a really popular track as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
For me, what it sounds
you can see
like,
why. You'll see why. Yeah.
For me, it just came out as like,
okay,
Kendrick's done it. This is the victory lap, and I just love it. I just love it,
bro. Kodak Black's back in this.
Just like
Kodak Black has hit on every single track so far.
He does a couple of the interludes as well, right?
Yeah. Interludes, yeah. All right.
I think one interlude.
Yep.
Okay. You're good, man.
I choose me.
Feels like Thundercat, you know?
It's giving me that Black.
It feels like some soul music shit.
I was just gonna say that, man.
Like that Black
Panther, yeah.
Oh, the drums.
The drums, yeah. Beat, you know.
The distorted drums.
Playing with the tom-toms here.
The pressure's taking over me, it's beginning to loom. chose Leone slide. I chose Leone slide.
Sorry.
I chose Leone slide. I chose Leone slide. I chose Leone slide. She woke up in the morning for the daily news. I was so low morning through the family feuds. Baby, I told you story and lay down all the rules.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a Black Panther song. Actually. All of the stars. I guess, yeah, I get what you mean, Victory Lap. He's the main character in this life. Like, I feel like I watched the whole movie or some shit, bro.
So I'll see you in church next week, or?
Oh god. I mean, yes. Sorry. yes. Sorry.
I better see you there.
I'll see that.
It's like 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Y'all let my demons is off the leash for a mosh pit. Baby, I just had a baby, you know she need me. Working on myself and counseling is not easy. Don't you point a finger just to point a finger, cause critical thinking is a deal breaker. Faith in one man is a ship sinking. Do yourself a favor and get a mirror that mirror grievance. That pointed at me so the reflection can mirror freedom. She told me that she needed me the most, I didn't believe her. She even called me names on the post, the world can see it. Jokes and gaslighting, mad at me cause she didn't get my vote. She say I'm trifling, disregarding the way that I cope with my own vices. Maybe it's time to break it off, run away from the culture to follow my heart. I realize true love not saving face, but unconditional. Where will you let me go?
I haven't heard Kendrick singing this well on the track. Yeah, it's definitely improved.
I chose Leone slide. 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 I chose Leone slide.
Is that the marimba? Yeah. It feels very like a little bit tribal.
I chose Leone slide. I chose Leone slide. I chose Leone slide.
There we have it. That's the last song of the album.
That was the last track of the album. And what do you think about the beat? It felt like sort of felt a little bit Spanish as well, and a little bit like African travels and stuff. Like reggaeton. I would say a little bit reggaeton. It feel like Thundercat. I feel like Thundercat would have produced this shit for sure because it's funky as fuck.
For me, it just feels like victory, you know.
Victory.
So like for me, it just invokes victory for some reason. I'm not too sure because I'm like looking into the lyrics now, and I feel like
bro, there's no wrong answer, man. Like, but I totally understand where you're coming from.
But for me, I might have to say I would have preferred it to end on the previous track with his kid just realizing, you know, talking about Mr. Morale or addressing him.
I think this was fine.
It's fine.
But
if it ended on the other track, I felt like that would have been that would be really somber, and also it would be a beautiful finish to the album because the way he constructs this album, like disc 1, disc 2, I feel like it's like part 1, part 2 of a film. And what other better way to have an ending like that? But shit, maybe I get onto this track later on in my life. This happened to me a lot with music, especially with like Childish Gambino and stuff. Where I didn't like some of his music, and then I hear this like later on. What about you, Paolo, Kirsten?
Ooh. I liked the song. I liked it. Maybe I do agree. Kind of the whole vibe of the last track was kind of, but then like, you know,
Mother Are Sober, yeah.
He accepts the man in the mirror now, even though all his mistakes and all the trauma he's been through. Yeah. You know, he still chooses himself.
Yeah. But why does he talk about this toxic relationship again? Is he talking about his wife, or is he talking about a toxic relationship with his fans?
Is that at the beginning?
Yeah, at the beginning, and like also towards like before the chorus as well.